I remember my very first photograph. I was all of 20, a tall, lanky young thing, standing with my dear friends Lizzie and Lida Dutton. Those were the days of the Civil War. My village of Waterford, Virginia sided with President Lincoln and the Union, but we lived in the heart of Confederate Virginia. Our men had to flee north across the Potomac River in order to avoid being forced into the rebel army. We were Quakers, pacifists, and we had tried to stay out of the war, but when a skirmish occurred at the Baptist Meeting House right in the middle of Waterford, Lizzie and Lida rushed to help the wounded. They had decided to fight the Confederacy in their own way. I remember being so frightened that day, terrified of what the Confederates might do to the Dutton family if they ever found that Union soldier there. The truth is, terrified was my general approach to life at the time. But Lida and Lizzie had decided to teach me to be bold. And the day they took in Union Private Edward Jacobs was the day my schooling began. Private Jacobs was still upstairs recovering the day we tried to celebrate Lida's 18th birthday. We had precious little food to share that day, but the fellowship was deeply appreciated.
Daughter, have you made a wish?
I wish a fine man would come riding into town and sweep me off my feet, and we'd be married and have dozens and dozens of children.
When this war's over, Lida will have her pick of any man in town.
But will she let them get a word in edgewise?
There aren't any handsome bachelors left in Waterford, Maggie. And the fellow I wished for is very, very handsome.
Like Frank Mad.
Ain't he Confederate?
Isn't he Confederate, Amy?
Is Maggie Confederate?
Maggie is a dear friend to Annie. Sarah, what did he wish for?
I'm so tired of being
Maggie can't be Confederate. She knows Edward Jacobs upstairs, and she ain't turned him in yet.
Hasn't turned him in, Amy.
No, she hasn't.
I know what Sarah wishes. Sarah wishes to be a teacher.
No good wishing for things that won't happen.
Well, then, these should make it happen, just as God intended. Take, for example, my sister Lizzie, who, despite all odds, made her own wish come true in the form of a 6-foot-tall fiancé, one Lieutenant David Holmes.
Oh, my dear little sister, being engaged is only half a wish. And it wasn't hard to win a Union soldier. David compared me to all the rebel girls, and right away noticed I had all my teeth. No offense, Maggie. Oh, none taken. I gave up chewing tobacco last summer.
I seen Rebs coming.
I'll tell Mama.
I'll head, Edward. I don't know. Take the food with thee.
Lizzie had taken to hide in Private Jacobs in the attic whenever the Rebs came around.
Let me see, Lida.
Why? All Confederates look alike.
Well, not when the dust comes off, they don't.
Turn over and take that house on the left.
Oh. Give me that gun, Edward. Really?
This is all the gold that we have left. Could be.
Sarah, what are they doing? Couldn't we pretend we're not home? Where's the fun in that? But aren't they frightened?
Of course I am.
Then how could he?
Captain John Mobley, CS of A, here to restock from your Union pantry. Could use a little supper as well.
I'm so sorry, but seeing as we do indeed have a Union pantry, we gave the last of our food to a Union soldier. But Sappington's Eating House is still open. I'm sure if they hurry...
Marlo, you look around down there. Boss, follow me.
Gabriel Moss! How is thy mother?
She's better now. Thank you. That liniment of yours is a wonder.
Oh, that's my sister Lizzie's liniment. She's the doctor of the family. She just cooked up some cherry bark syrup that might do thy mother's cough a bit of good. Wait right here and I will fetch thee some.
How's about you show me around in here?
Does one lead a pig to scraps?
Oh, Lord, Moss, they sure don't want you going up them stairs now, do they? Mighty pretty for a Quaker house.
It was my mother's.
How about I keep it, so you won't be tempted by the evils of the flesh? Marlo, you show your little parlor trick. These folks here is Quaker, and therefore they cannot tell a lie. Ain't that right? Now, you hiding anything up them stairs?
Yes.
Just where exactly?
The attic.
Ain't that something? And just what exactly would you be hiding in your attic? Answer me!
A ham.
Moss, fetch the ham.
Yes, sir.
I'll show thee exactly where it is.
Not only do they tell you where they're hiding something, they're going to show you where it is too.
I do have to tell thee what we really have in the attic.
I just come for the ham. But Miss Lyda did say something about a cherry bark syrup.
See if there's something valuable lurking underneath them petticoats.
Y'all hiding any gold?
We don't hide our gold.
Any of you?
Well, there's still some chickens and a rooster out back.
Not the rooster.
Oh, honey, I'm sorry. Is that your rooster?
No good, low down thief.
Billy, hush.
Well, you're lucky I'm in a good mood today. Otherwise, I might take exception to that.
If you were any kind of man, you would.
Teach him to talk to his betters like that.
She ain't my mother.
What's your name, boy?
Billy. Billy Summer.
Oh, Billy. You're brave enough to insult your elders. I reckon you're brave enough to be a soldier. How old are you?
13.
The Religious Society of Friends do not believe in taking up arms against the fellow human being.
Lady, your people ain't no friends of mine. If your men didn't want to fight, how come they run north across the river?
My husband refused to be conscripted into the rebel army.
That's right. Let me tell you, Billy. He ran across and joined the Yankee Army, and I think you're going to do the same thing just as soon as you're able, ain't you? You'd like that, wouldn't you? You'd like to shoot a Reb, wouldn't you?
I sure would. I'd join up just like James Dutton.
No!
Who's James Dutton?
My son.
You hear that, Barlow? Her son's going to join the Yankee Army.
I'd like to burn down this whole cursed Quaker settlement.
That'd be like setting fire to their own pantry, sir. These Quakers have the richest settlements in the whole county. Take what you need today, come back in a month. There's more. Well, I heard the Hammonds just got in the lower corner, and they're right down the street.
Well, we can still burn down this house.
If I were a member of the Confederate chivalry, I wouldn't waste my time threatening women and children.
The chivalry?
That's like King Lot and King Arthur.
Boss, I know what the hell chivalry is. We're going for that load of corn.
We'll be back for you, boy.
When Moberly finally left, Lizzie made sure that Gabriel Moss had two things: a bottle of liniment for his mother's cough, and the family's heartfelt thanks.
That's it. That's the way. Mama! Mom! Abraham Lincoln got him right in the ankle. Look at that fellow limping away. He can barely saddle up. Lincoln!
Wait, Annie! They may not be gone yet.
Maggie, our mothers will be worried.
You're right. I almost forgot. Lada, John Moberly is a disgrace to the Confederate Army.
I know. And I know just what to do with this. Lida, I'm going to the provost marshal.
Having the Union Army camped 9 miles north across the Potomac River was both a blessing and a curse. A blessing to know they were so close by. A curse to know they wouldn't come when we called.
Ma'am, there is a war on. There's an element of danger for my men that you couldn't possibly realize.
But sir, we have a wounded Union soldier in our care, and the blockade is making his recovery very difficult.
Well, I just don't see what you think we can do about it, miss. The president himself ordered the blockade.
God bless President Abraham Lincoln. But it surely seems short-sighted of him to starve the very people who support his cause.
Well, our armies travel through that section of Virginia quite regularly.
Yes, they come through, but they keep right on going. Eyes front and center, men. But when the rebels come, they stay. And they take what they want when they want.
Miss, do you realize you're living in Confederate Virginia?
Because one wakes up in a stable, should one assume one has become a horse?
I meant no disrespect, miss. You've made your Union sentiments quite clear.
Well, I should think that they are. And with my father, John Dutton, helping to man thy federal post office here.
Dutton? You're a Dutton?
Didn't I say so?
You said a great many things since stepping in here, miss. Your family has been caring for one of the men in my old unit.
Yes, the wounded soldier, Edward Jacobs. You were his lieutenant. Lieutenant Slater of the Loudon Rangers.
I'm still on the mend. So they honored me with a provost job. How is Jacobs?
Hungry. I'm sorry. When the rebel army comes through, we have to hide him in the attic. He's still not fit for travel.
Wish I could do more.
Well, I thank thee for thy time. Is there a message for Jacobs?
Give him my best.
He's been so brave. And don't worry, I'll explain to him about the blockade and how his old commander is so busy that there isn't anything that he can do for him. I'm certain that he'll understand.
Maybe the town could show a sign of loyalty. President Lincoln might consider lifting the blockade.
That's an excellent idea. And Lieutenant Slater already knows Waterford is loyal, and I'm certain thy word is good enough for the president.
My word is no good at all. I mean to say,
But President
the
Lincoln,
town, the president would need the town's word on it.
but President Lincoln's a fair-minded man, and the way Miss Dutton puts things, well, he just have to listen.
But he's such a busy man.
Oh, but he's no fool, and only a fool would ignore your fair entreaties.
The sergeant is too kind.
Is the sergeant through?
Yes, sir.
I was only thinking again, though, how sad it was for me to come all the way across the river and still have nothing to bring back Private Jacobs.
I'll tell you what I'll do. Send you over to the quartermaster's office, discretionary fund. You will be supplied with anything Private Jacobs needs or wants.
Including Calico?
Including Calico.
God bless thee, Lieutenant. Good day, sir. And to thee.
We could use a drink.